Hey there, folks. How's it going? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to their Stu's Game Reviews live stream. This one is another TRS-80 live stream. I feel like this is probably like, I don't know, the 50th TRS-80 stream we've done or something like that. We've done a lot of them. And I still wonder if there's any other YouTubers that do any TRS-80 streams of any kind. So anyway, there's a lot more stuff to do though. So a couple things. Let me start the Twitch stream off first of all. Okay, there we go. Twitch is now going. All right. Well, hey everybody. So a couple things. I guess first of all, Happy New Year, folks. Today's January 30th. So tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow night is New Year's. The game I have for today is called Pork Barrel. It was made by the TRS-80 Software Exchange, actually George Blank, who wrote a bunch of games that were published in CLOAD Magazine, which is where the TRS-80 Software Exchange came from. And this is another interesting one. I think it was only sold like this, like a loose tape, but I've never seen a manual for it, but I could be wrong about that. But they just basically printed it on here. It's level 2 Pork Barrel. It's a basic program. And Pork Barrel, in case you don't know, like politics, it refers to, it's basically talking about pork and bills, I think is the expression. Like, that's why they say, excuse me. The Build Back Like America plan, or Build Better America, whatever it is that it's called. It's like part of the reason it's hard to pass these bills is because all the the congressmen, before they actually want to vote for it, they say, okay, well, I'll vote for it, but you got to put my thing in too, and you got to put the other guys, you got to put my thing in, and so you add my $5 for the education, and add my $5 for defense, and it's $5 billion, probably not 5, but. And then that's all called pork, basically, in these bills. So then one person at the end of the day says, I would have voted for this. It was just Build Back America, but since you put in all this other stuff, I don't want to vote for it anymore. So that's, I think, part of the reason why this is called Pork Barrel. Nothing to do with actual pork or anything like that. And we also have here an episode or an issue of CLOAD Magazine, the January 1980 issue. I'll probably start with that. Before I do start, if you've not been to this channel before, we do a lot of old school stuff. Lately, it's been, I guess, a mixture of old school and adventures. The adventures can be old school, or they can be more recent. So I'm right now doing something on PS4 from the adventure perspective, but then in terms of old school, mostly lately been doing TRS-80 and Atari 2600 with a bunch of other random stuff thrown in there, but that's what I'm mostly doing. That doesn't mean I'm something to do forever, because eventually I'll run out of TRS-80 and Atari 2600 games to do. Or at least interesting ones. I'll try to only do things that are interesting, but TRS-80 to me, almost everything is interesting because it's just so old and so obscure, and most people have never heard of a TRS-80. And if they have heard of a TRS-80, they think of the color computer. And most people have not played any of these games or heard of any of these games, so I think they need to be covered. There's historical significance there, so. That's what I'm going to do. And I was going to say, if you're new to this channel, we typically have a very lively chat. Although right now, whoever's here is just being quiet and they're sort of lurking. But we typically have a very lively chat, which is really good because I love interacting with the chat. So if you're watching this after the fact, and try to subscribe if you're not subscribed, and try to hit the notification icon so that YouTube will notify you, or Twitch will notify you if you're on Twitch. In that case, it's called follow, not subscribe. But this way you get notified if there is another stream. And this way you can join and actually interact through the chat. So right now I'm actually watching both the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. Hey, Always Asleep. How's it going? Always Asleep on the YouTube side. I said, I've certainly heard of TRS-80. Never played anything, so I always appreciate these. Yeah, I think you're the ideal audience for this Always Asleep. You seem to really appreciate the stuff you haven't seen before, and you sort of like my eclectic mix, so I appreciate you being here. And so we'll keep doing that. That's the idea of this channel. And then while we do that, we drink diet soda, Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke typically. Although I do have an apple cider, hard cider upstairs somewhere. I should get that. Let's get started. We'll start with CLOAD Magazine. Now the weird thing about this one is they always come with two sides. Level 1, so level 1 is for the older TRS-80 models, which only has 4K of memory, and there's a level 2 side if you have a newer TRS-80 with 16K of memory, newer being relative, of course. For some reason, this particular tape, the level 1 side was blank. There's a bunch of stuff listed on here, but it was actually nothing there. So most of them are the same programs on both sides, but there was a thing called Who's On First on the level 1 side, which is supposed to be like a detective type program, like the game Clue, I think the board game Clue. And unfortunately, it's not actually on the tape. And I went on the online archives, and they don't have the level 1 sides, only the level 2 side. So it seems like it's been lost to time unless someone else has this tape. I don't know if it was a master tape issue where, you know, every single copy is missing the level 1 side, or just my copy. But I mean, it wasn't like someone taped over it with something else. It's just completely blank. So it's a little bit weird. So anyway, we're just gonna play level 2 today, and some of them are not games. But let's start with the cover, which you always like to do. The cover is always fun. Let's CLOAD it. CLOAD. And there it goes. Blinking asterisk shows that it's loading properly. If it wasn't loading properly, either you get like one asterisk that stays solid, or 2 that stays solid, or sometimes it gives a C, which means like a checksum error. But usually, if it doesn't load properly, because the volume of the tape is not high enough or low enough, it's too high, too low. That's why when I load these in, I actually really enjoy the tapes because they don't ever go. They very rarely go bad. Discs seem to go bad a lot more than cassettes. The cassettes are very reliable, but you have to load them like a bunch of times sometimes to find the right volume to load it at, and sometimes it's very annoying. All right, run. So CLOAD. The Audible Magazine, issue 23, January 1980. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Ben says, never had tapes, this should be cool. Yeah, I mean, there's, like, all this, like, a lot of this TRS-80 stuff came on tapes. When I was a kid, this is what I had. Like, my dad got a disc drive, but it wasn't, like, right away. In the beginning, he had like, the base TRS-80 system just came with actually, I don't think it even came with a cassette tape. Like, a cassette recorder, you had to like buy one and connect it, and that was how the programs were distributed. Were on cassettes in the beginning, at least, and then discs eventually became more popular. But it's funny because back like in the UK and in Europe, cassettes remained popular like into the mid '80s. So like their computers like the Spectrum, the ZX Spectrum, the BBC Micro. The Acorn Electron, stuff like that. They all had the Amstrad CPC. A lot of them used cassette tapes. Even the Commodore 64 in Europe used cassette tapes primarily, I guess. But here in the U.S., the switch over to discs happened much sooner. It's more like 1980 almost. But by 1980, pretty much in the U.S., like there was no more software sold like cassettes. It was all like discs for the most part. There's exceptions, obviously, but for the most part, everything was on discs. I think. But in the late 70s, cassettes was the thing. Hey, Pirate Gear Boy is 7 minutes late, but still made it. Yeah. So this demo here looks like it's just making a maze or something, but it's not. I don't think it's even really making a maze. I think it's just drawing random lines. Because I don't know that actually it's possible to defeat this maze. I'm just looking at it here. There's like an entrance here that goes to this dead end, or it goes like to one of these dead ends, or it goes to this dead end. So I don't think there's a real maze, or there's an entrance that goes just to a dead end. I think it's just a doodle program basically. So let's skip this and move on. The next program on the tape. Well, there's a program called HiCalc, which is just a calculator, so I'll spare you guys that. And by the way, this is probably going to be a relatively short stream tonight. Last night I streamed for like 4.5 hours, so, I think we could switch it off a little bit. Pirate Game Boy says, most games are available on disc as well, so not much point. What do you mean by that? You say most games. Explain what you mean by that. I thought it was high tech with my disk drive, has been. So HiCalc is a calculator. I'm going to skip it. 2dates is a program that just will tell the difference between two dates. Like if you put in, December 30th, 2020, and 2021 rather, and then you put in, let's say, January 1st, 1975, it'll tell you the difference in how much time has passed between those two dates. It must have censored your previous message. That's interesting. I don't know what it censored, but what was your previous message? I tried loading an Atari 800 tape game in real time. It was dreadful. Oh, I see what you're saying. Atari 800, you're right. Most of those games are available on tape or on disc, and the discs are pretty reliable and they're pretty good. But not all of I don't know. Not all, I have better luck with Atari discs and Commodore discs than I do with like old IBM PC discs or Apple discs or TRS-80 discs for that matter. All right, so let's load the next actual game, which is called Midway. Let's do that one. So let's do new. Let's put it in a tape. And let's load it. I'm wondering now what you said that was censored. You said like I tried loading in real time and it was like ass or something. What is it censoring? Like I didn't tell it to censor anything. Why is it? I don't like censorship. Do you ever play the game Companions of Xanth, by the way? That's like the best game that talks about censorship that I've ever seen. There's a the disc version of that game. Oh, okay, maybe that's why, but it didn't censor it this time. The Companions of Xanth has a floppy disk version and also a CD-ROM version. In the floppy disk version, there's a guy that's talking, and it says on it like just a bunch of like the censorship is censoring him basically, and there's a bunch of like bleeped out things so you can't read what he's saying. But in the CD-ROM version, they added voice acting, and in the voice acting version, he's going like I don't want to do it really, but he does things like motherfucking, like things like that, and it's like you can very clearly hear what he's trying to say. It's extremely funny. Companions of Xanth CD-ROM version. Anyway, let's see. Run here. Midway. Would you like directions? Yes. This is a game for one. See, I need 2 players of this. I don't have 2. If you guys regulars, if you want to, reach out to me on Facebook. And I have like a chat for some of the regulars on Facebook, and sometimes I try to get a second player to join me for some of these games, but then sometimes no one's available. So today actually I would have benefited a lot from a second player. My wife didn't want to do it. Nobody else wanted to do it, so I'm all by lonesome. But we'll do the best we can. This is a game for 1 or 2 players. One person's the plane that flies across the top of the screen. The other player, the computer, if you're playing by yourself, is the boat that goes across the bottom of the screen. The object of the game is to shoot and hit the other player. At least this game has a 1-player game. The object of this game is this is done by pressing the A key for the plane and the K key for the boat. So I guess I'll be the plane. You go to 2 different speeds. So the plane to change speed, you press the S key, and with the boat, use the L key. Each player can only have 1 shot in the air at a time. The first player to personally get 5 kills wins. All right, so I have A to shoot, A to shoot, and S to change speeds. How many players won? All right, so the computer's at the bottom. He's just shooting randomly, it looks like. Alright, so S changes speeds, and A shoots. He's not even aiming. I mean, I'm not aiming too well either, to be fair. Oh, I missed him. Damn, I suck. Gotta figure out the timing. Come on, hit him. No. Ah! A little closer. He sped up, I think. Oh, damn, I didn't get him again. Only 1 shot in the air at a time. This will be a long game, I think. Come on, hit him. How can you hit him? Because like you can change speeds, like to avoid the bullets. What do you guys think of this game? Save keys to open doors. It's probably very close. Even if I'm at speed 2, by the way, like, even if I'm like going fast, my bullet still has no momentum. It just drops straight down. You notice that? Looks like an epic adventure. The bullets have no momentum. That's a problem. I want to hit him 1 time. Come on. I'm not impressed so far. Wow me, Stu, wow me. Yay! Finally got the bastard. He's an X. Oh, now he changed direction. Check, please. Why you change direction? Oh, shoot. I feel like he's getting closer to me now. Oh, that guy was having to sneak by that. Like right on top of him. The bullet has no momentum. It's so weird. So I have to be a little bit in front of him to hit him? There we go. Number 2. Actually, obviously these games are better with 2 players because the computer's dumb. But at the same time, like, I don't think I'd be able to hit the second player. Because you could just dodge, so easily. There's only one bullet. How can you not dodge it? And now I'm at the same speed as him again. Speed up. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. You saw that? I don't know how he missed me. Oh, how did I miss him? They make us change his speed just to make it like so he doesn't get too easy. Ah, I killed him again. Change direction, I mean. The owner of the plane wins. That's pretty good considering you were killed 0 times. I admit that was pretty good. Press any key to play again. Pirate Game Boy 12 says Canyon Bomber was better. Well, Canyon Bomber was not made by like a guy in his basement. That's the difference. This is an amateur game. All right, we're not gonna play again though. Let's load up. The next thing here is RAM test, which we don't think we need, and then we have stars. Now, stars is super interesting. Let's load stars. I gotta start this over here. Reset the computer. Put in the right file to the tape. Then we'll do system. This is a machine language program. And type in stars. Look, Eddie, I can do stars. Look, look. Sorry, I saw Roger Rabbit again recently. He doesn't say that to Eddie. He's talking to the director. You mean to tell me you could have got out of those cuffs at any time? Not at any time. Only when it was funny. Boo! So how you guys doing? Who's off from work tomorrow? I understand I'm a bit sarcastic at times. Oops. Pressing random buttons here on my screen. Sorry about that. Be ready. How's it going? You're off from work? Hope everyone's off from work. Matt, how's it going, Matt? I was just talking about you. I need a player too. You should be on. You should be like doing this as my player too, buddy. Be ready says this is a blast from the past. My first computer was a TRS-80 Model 1. My first computer was also a TRS-80 Model 1. And it's still a pretty awesome computer, although obviously, the games for it are not as good as some of the games today. And I'm doing very well. I'm enjoying the fact that tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Matt says, how they made another Space Jam not a follow-up to Roger Rabbit. It's a good question. Although for Roger Rabbit, it was a very difficult licensing thing for them, So Space Jam, basically they got only Warner properties, right? The Looney Tunes is Warner Brothers, and the superheroes, Superman and Batman, all that is Warner Brothers. Whereas in Roger Rabbit, they got Disney and they got all some other stuff. Be Ready says, I had a text adventure called Journey to the Center of the Earth. Have you ever played it? Hold on a second, Be Ready. Hang on 1 second. This is Journey to the Center of the Earth. I actually played it not on this channel, but we did a live stream. I think Matt was there also on the Big Box PC Game Collectors channel a long time ago. We played through the game, and it was a lot of fun. I probably will do it on this channel at some point soon. I've like 2 copies of the manual of this. One in the front, one in the back, and one a copy of the tape. The tape and the manual was a gift actually from my friend Enrico Ricciardi, a very nice guy. I've been looking for this game for a while, and afterwards I found another copy of the manual, but I only have one copy of the tape. But and actually, to give the other manual back to Enrico because he wants it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But I've been looking so hard for other games by this guy. This guy who made this game, his name was Greg Hassan. He was 15 years old, and he made like 5 or 6 other text adventures, but they're really hard to find. If anybody's watching this and anybody has any of the games by Greg Hassan from Mad Hatter Software, this is the only one that I have, is Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'd love to get my hands on some of the other ones and play them, so open plea to anybody watching this, after the fact. Yeah, right, the Fibrillating Calculator. That's so funny. I'm telling you, you need to find the playthrough that we did of that. I was the guy typing, and I was the guy, reading, like somebody else was reading it, I was typing, and I was making jokes and stuff. It's somewhere on YouTube, like search for Journey to the Center of the Earth, Big Box PC Game Collectors or something like that. It's very funny, very worth watching. But yeah, the Fibrillating Calculator, it's really funny. And also the Hydra, it's oh my gosh. All right, anyway, I'm sorry for the distraction, everybody, but this is an awesome TRS-80 game, and I need to find the other ones in this series. Hey, Will Driver, how's it going? This is not quite a flight sim, but thanks for being back here. Appreciate it. And Matt says, Pirate Gamers and Toonstruck is the closest thing. Yeah, it sort of is. But too bad they didn't make a Toonstruck 2 also. It's the same problem. Matt says he just got back from Christmas vacation. I guess he means the movie. And I'm just kidding. I know the licensing will be nuts. Still imagine Roger Rabbit. Yeah, that would be awesome. And including all the more modern animation, like Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead, and that's still old stuff, but modern for that movie, or Animaniacs and Rick and Morty or whatever else. But that'd be pretty awesome. Right, You Was Dead Buddy. You Was Dead Buddy was from that game, wasn't it? Wasn't that from that game, Matt? You Was Dead Buddy? I think it was. I'm not sure now. Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's play the game here. So we're gonna type in /. Wait, I'm on the wrong window. /24320. This is on the tape. /24320. Stars, the new super video game, real-time action, real-time competition, written by Alex Kreis. Do you need the instructions? Yes, no. Now, this is really weird. I looked at this before. This is really, really weird, and you'll see why in a minute. So, I'll tell you why. So, a while ago on this channel, we played a TRS-80 game called Meteor Mission by Big 5 Software. Apparently, it was Big 5 Software's first game, written by Bill Hogue, the guy, the company that's famous for, probably most famous for like Miner 49er, which was not a TRS-80 game, but they made tons of great games for the TRS-80 that had great sound and graphics and great animation and everything else. Their first game was a game called Meteor Mission, which we played on this channel. We being Matt and myself, because Matt was the second player, and I kicked his ass, of course. I'm just kidding. But that was reportedly their first game, and then it was taken off the market, and we don't know why. But this is almost the exact same game. You'll see in a minute. But it's written by a different guy, Alex Kreis. I don't know who that is. Do you need instructions? Yes. So, instructions for the Stars game. In this real-time space game, you and a friend each have a ship at the bottom of the screen. The object of the game is to maneuver the ship to the top of the screen while avoiding moving obstacles known as stars. The ships look like this. I don't want to say what that looks like. The ship on it was a distinct beat down. The ship on the left, the A ship, is controlled by the up and down keys. Holding the down key will make the ship go up, and the up key will make the ship go up, and the down key will make the ship go down. Pressing neither will leave the ship where it is. The ship on the right, the B ship, is controlled by the right and clear keys, of course. Pressing right will make the ship go up, and clear will make it go down. Pressing neither leaves what it is. I don't know why they picked those weird keys. But the funny thing is, it's the same keys in Meteor Mission, which gives me another reason to believe that something fishy's going on here. So my working theory, and this is just complete Stu speculation, is that this game came first, by the way, because this is the January 1980 issue of CLOAD, and Meteor Mission was advertised like in July 1980 in magazines, like for the first time, I think. So that would be, let's say, a magazine that came out, let's say, in March 1980. So it's still a little bit after this. So I don't really have a theory, but it definitely seems like somebody lifted somebody else's intellectual property. I don't know who lifted whose, and maybe that's why it was taken off the market from Big 5 Software at some point. I don't know. I do know that CLOAD had a policy where if you sold them a game, you were not allowed to publish it anywhere else. Like, they got rights to it. So it's not like somebody could have sold it to CLOAD and then publish it separately unless CLOAD gave them permission. But regardless, a different name, a different person's name. It's a little bit weird, but you'll see what this is. Here we go here. Each time you get to the top of the screen, that's called a lap. And it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. You're trying to get as many laps as possible in 90 seconds, so is your friend. You're the winner's one with the most laps. You can also practice alone by using only one of the ships. The stars are moving across the screen from both sides. If you hit a star, one hits you, your ship is put at the bottom of the screen, but any laps you made before are still safe and cannot be taken away. You have 3 different questions to answer in the beginning. There are skill level, speed, and star size. Level is approximately how many stars can be on the screen at one time. One is fewer. Speed is how fast the stars and you move. One is slower. Star size, press enter to see more about this. The question asked is, do you want variable size stars? You enter either yes or no. If you said no, the stars will look like this. But if you said yes, the stars look like the above or like that or something in between. It's hard to make a lap with bigger stars. After the 90 seconds are up, the game will be over. You'll then be asked if you want to play again. If you do, and if you want the same answer to those 3 questions, just press enter and the game will immediately begin. If you want to give for different answers, okay, fine. Press enter for questions. So what skill level? Let's do 2. What speed? Let's do 1, I guess. What variable star size? Sure. So basically, there's a barrier in the beginning for some reason. But aside from that, and aside from the fact there's different options, like a variable stars, for example, and options to pick the speed, this is the exact same game. You gotta go to the top and try to get into the hole there, and then you got a point. It says, so I got laps on the right. It says A is 1 lap, B is 0 laps. You can go forwards and backwards. And Matt and I played this game where we're trying to, outdo each other. And unfortunately, I don't have 2 players here, and I also can't really do 2 at the same time. I'm not that skilled. I mean, I can try, but no, it's not happening. So, Matt, it's too bad you couldn't join for like in another 2-player stream. But I'm more. I mean, you get the idea of the game, and I'm more like just surprised by the fact that the game is so similar. Even the keys are the same. So kind of like Freeway. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like Freeway. I guess it's very similar to Freeway. But I guess this came out before Freeway. Freeway is definitely like after 1980, I think, right? Or maybe 1981. So game over. So it's completely based on time. Matt, isn't this the same thing? What do you think? I mean, to me it seems like the exact same game. So let's go level 3. Speed 2. Available star size, no. It looks like very much just like what we played, except I think in that game maybe all the stars were going in the same direction. I'm not sure about that. I think they were, maybe not. But it's actually a really fun game if you're playing with 2 people, and you got to really focus and be in the zone. Although I think the one that the commercial one by Big 5 is better than this one. Whoops. I feel like the commercial release is better than this one, but they're both pretty. I mean, this is the same principle. Well, I don't know if Matt's going to answer me. I think Matt checked out maybe, but. Anyway, I think it's basically the exact same game. So, I'm not sure what happened from a licensing perspective or a copyright perspective, but I think it's very, unusual, very weird that game, Meteor Mission 1, there's a Meteor Mission 2 also from Big 5, which is a completely different game. But the original Meteor Mission, apparently, most people never heard of it. It was only sold a few copies. They took it off the market very quickly. And it definitely seems like, and it's something to do with the fact that, there was some funny business going on with it from a legal perspective, but I am just speculating here. And I could actually reach out to Bill Hogue. He's around, but it's probably a sensitive topic, or maybe a sensitive topic, and I don't want to bring that up. And like, I'm not an investigative reporter here. I'm just a fun-loving gamer, who loves games. So, anyway, I think that's it for this. Nobody has any comments. We'll move on, and we'll go to the main event, which is Pork Barrel for TRS-80. So let me close this out. I can't even hit escape to get out of it. Let's just reboot the computer. Looks fine enough, says Pirate Gear Boy. I agree, it looks fine. It looks good and it looks fine. Let's load up Pork Barrel, which is just a basic program. So Pork Barrel is earlier than this. Pork Barrel is from 1978, one of the first games on the TRS-80. Like I said before, it's published by TRS-80 Software Exchange, which was created by Softside Magazine, which I have a few of them around here. I just randomly lying around. But let me show you quickly if I can find one. What did I do with it? Maybe not. What did I do with my Softside magazines? Oh, here's a couple. They started off in these like small format magazines. Like it's not a full size thing. It's like half the size of a magazine. This one is actually the Apple version. They started off really as a TRS-80 magazine, and then at some point they split into different, supporting basically different platforms. I have most of the TRS-80 ones. I have a few of the Apple ones, and it was a classic magazine. But they have like software listings in it. So like, here's an example. Somebody made a game, Magic Cave, and then here's the listing that you can type in. And so a lot of these things were published as like free listings that you can type in. And then they also sold, commercial games. They sold, some of the stuff that was typed into the magazine you could buy like on tape. And then also you could just buy a tape of something which was new. So some of these games I have, some I don't have. I'd like to have more of them. If anybody has any more TRS-80 stuff that I don't have, please let me know and I will buy it from you. Or you can surely give it to me for free as well. This one in the back has like ads for other Apple games, but obviously not for TRS-80 games because it's the Apple version. But anyway, that's Softside Magazine. Ben says, "Oh boy, never seen Pork Barrel. This should be interesting." Well, I was only 4. Yeah, I mean, I was around the same age too. So I don't remember playing this back in the day. I don't think I had this game, but we'll check it out. It should be finished loading relatively soon. Well, while it's loading, I want to say Happy New Year, everybody. I really appreciate everybody's support of the channel. My son told me today, "Hey, Dad, like, even though you don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, you can still like make like a Patreon, or you can solicit money from some other ways." I was like, I mean, that's nice, but like, I'm not really doing this for money. I'm doing this to have a good time. So, regardless, my point is, I really appreciate all of you people who watch the streams and watch the channel, and especially people that are live on the streams and actually interact. I really appreciate you folks. And this channel was basically about doubled in subscribers in the past year. So hopefully that trend continues, going forward. I think just, it takes time to find an audience and get exposure and things like that. But we got very high quality folks here that join. So I appreciate you guys. And most of you folks found the channel relatively recently. So I hope that you get more good people in here, and wish everyone here a Happy New Year and a great 2022. Hey, Peter, how's it going? Peter Satinsky is here from the TRS-80 Trash Talk podcast and a lot of other stuff. And I published a TRS-80 game author as well. We played one of his games not too long ago, that Roundup game. And we appreciate you as well, man. So thank you very much. All right, so let's try this pork barrel. Again, I wish I had a player too, but I'll do the best I can here. Pork barrel. And Benny did pass his test. I responded to you in the comments to that video. The game that congressmen never stop playing, re-election. How many eager candidates, candidates, wish to begin their career in the United States Congress? 1 to 4. Let's do 1 because it's just me. Who's the candidate from District Number 1? Stu. Election results for 1978. Congressional District 1, the Honorable Stu. New representatives. Okay. Alright, so this is like, you got to decide like how you want to vote in different things, and I don't know like how this works behind the scenes. It's not a very long like basic program, and probably you could, if I wanted to, I could figure it out, but that's called cheating. There's 340,000 registered voters in my precinct, and it tells you how many, I guess, three, okay, so most of them are white collar. A lot of industry, service workers, some retired, some on welfare, a few professionals, some few farmers, a lot of unemployed. The unemployment rate is 8.23%, it's at the bottom. But there's some from everything, but I guess we got more blue collar, types than white collar types, and here's what it's telling me. Oh, sorry. That's a lot of white collar workers, actually. I'm sorry, what am I saying? More white-collar workers than anything else, but we also have a lot of others. It's a big, nice mix of people, basically. Probably like an average sort of town. Okay, so now it's like budget hearings. Department of Agriculture. The 1977 budget was $40 billion. In 1978, they want $48 billion. So then it says, how many billion will you vote for? I'm not sure if you can only pick 40 or 48, or if you can pick something in between. I should try that. I don't know what MC stands for also, a member of Congress, maybe. The Honorable Stu MC. How many $1 billion will you vote for? So, like, I don't know. First of all, can I vote for something in the middle? I guess you can. Okay. Department of Defense. The 1977 budget, $200 billion. 1978, $240. I don't like space which way I defense, so let's bid to 200 only. Health, education, and they all want like more money this year than last year. Health, education, and welfare. All right, let's give that their full request. Department of Public Works. Okay. All right, now there's like bills I have to vote for. Roll call voting. House Bill Number 1, 1978, a bill liberalizing labor's rights and organizing. The president wants me to vote for this one, apparently. Latest public opinion poll: 39% favor the bill, 57% oppose, 4% undecided. Labor lobby is very strictly supporting this bill. Management lobby is very strongly opposed to this bill. Conservatives lobbies oppose this bill. Liberals lobby is strongly supporting the bill. Government lobby is strongly supporting the bill. So, by the way, like it says at the beginning, my objective is not to actually accomplish anything. My objective is just to get reelected. So, I mean, I don't know how this works, but like looking at this, like whether or not I want, personally, as Congressman Stu, if I want labor to be able to organize or not, I don't know if it matters because, like, the president wants me to vote. That's great. It's very nice the president wants me to vote, but the president doesn't reelect me. None of these lobbies reelect me. It says 57% oppose the bills. Maybe I should vote against it because 57% oppose it. So, but then again, it's like management. It sounds like it's like a good bill, but for some reason, most people are opposed to it. So, and you can also abstain. Yes, no, or absent. I'm going to say no, just because 57% oppose it. And the bill was defeated. Okay. I'm not sure if that makes a difference or not. House Bill Number 2, a bill relaxing environmental controls on nuclear power. The president wants you to vote for this one. Again, 53% oppose the bill. Environmental lobby is very strongly opposed to the bill. Hey, Jim, how's it going? Jim Leonard, another famous person in the chat here today. Because politics, my favorite game genre, commits seppuku. Yeah, in real life, I would not vote for this bill. Relax environmental controls on nuclear power. That sounds like a bad idea. And liberals lobby and environmental lobby. I'm gonna vote no against this one. The president wants me to vote for it, but I don't really care. No. The bill was also defeated. Okay. Pirate Game Boy, that says, reminds me of Campaign 4 and ColecoVision. I've not played that. And Jim says, I'm the only famous person in the chat. Well, we also had Peter Satinsky, so, you know, I think we got at least a couple. House Bill number 3, 1978, a bill providing low-rent housing for poor and elderly. The president wants me to vote for this one. 50% favor, 40% opposed, 10% undecided. Labor lobby is very strongly supporting. Retired persons lobby is strongly supporting. Veterans lobby is supporting. Conservatives lobby is very strongly opposed. The conservatives lobby seems like they're not very nice in this game. Liberals lobby is strongly supporting. Yes, he is the Moby Games man. Government lobby is support, among other things. Government lobby is supporting. Welfare lobby is strongly supporting. I have a lot of people in my district are on welfare, so I think I definitely have to vote for this. Let's say yes. But it was defeated. That's okay, but the record will show that I voted for it. Peters is infamous. House Bill number 4, increasing pay for government employees. So the president wants me to vote for this one? President, you jackass. You want me to vote for a bill increasing pay for government employees? 61% opposed. Yeah, no kidding. Who supports this bill? Retired. Oh, I see. Retired. It's like government employees, like not just me. It's also like teachers and civil service workers and stuff like that. Obviously, public opinion is opposed to it. Labor lobby is strongly supporting. Retired personnel is strongly supporting. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to vote against this bill. No. The bill is defeated. I don't know if your vote really makes a difference. Like, I have no idea this works behind the scenes. Like, if you vote yes, is there a better chance of it passing? Or just go from yays become 115 and nays become 129? Or the number's made up at random afterwards? I have no idea. Offer them a job. House Bill number 5, a bill containing strict controls on strip mining. The White House opposes this bill. Hey Gamers Grotto, how's it going? So what is strict controls on strip mining? If this one is okay, if this one's pretty evenly just divided here. Labor in terms of the public opinion. Someone spent hours of his life developing this game. There's a drink to them. Yeah, Peter, that's a good point. Someone did. And by the way, that person that did, his name was the Reverend George Blank, apparently a clergy member. He's quoted in Softside Magazine, and he wrote a bunch of games for Softside. George Blank, but yeah, apparently the Reverend George Blank. So that's the person who won this game. I wrote this game. I'm not sure if he want you to drink for him or not. I don't. Maybe he want you to say Hail Mary for him or something. But regardless, the sentiment is very much appreciated. And yeah. Anyway, so all right, labor lobbies opposed, management lobbies opposed, environmental lobbies very strongly supporting. Oh, Jim, you missed it. This game is called Pork Barrel, and the point is to get reelected. Like every other congressman's point in Congress. The point is to get reelected. That's purely the point. Environmental lobby is very strongly supporting. Consumer lobby is strongly opposed. I'm just going to vote absent because I have no idea. Like it seems like it's all right. The bill passed. I wasn't there. All right, now. Oh, so now it shows like the change in my district. 1979. Always Asleep says, I'm going to reboot Pork Barrel as a top-down twin-stick shooter featuring playable pigs on a rampage. So I think you're thinking of like Pigs in Space for the Atari 2600. It's basically that game. It's not really exactly the same, but it's more similar to this. All right, so now they're reminding me like who I have in my district. What happened? Okay. I guess I didn't have to campaign because it was a 2-year term, I guess. I played this one time before, and I thought I had to campaign again right away. All right, Department of Agriculture. Okay, let's give them $46 billion. Let's give them $50 billion. Department of Defense. I still think 200 is enough for you. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. Well, they really want a lot of money. Let's give them 360. I don't know how much billion I have, but I guess it doesn't matter in government. Like they print the money whenever they want. Department of Public Works. Sure, let's get 66. Oh, another bill. House Bill number 1, 1979, a bill increasing Social Security benefits. The White House opposes this bill. Why? Labor lobby supporting this bill. All right, I can't vote against the bill increasing Social Security benefits. I mean, I guess I can, but I won't get reelected. So 50% in favor of it, so I'm going to say yes. Oh, the bill's defeated. But let the record show that I voted for your Social Security benefits. House Bill number 2, number 1979, a bill liberalizing the right to welfare benefits. I don't know what that means, but I think I'm opposed. Management lobby's opposed. Veterans lobby's opposed. Conservatives lobby very strongly opposed. Welfare rights lobby. Well, I'm guessing it means like giving like welfare benefits to non-citizens. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just projecting probably to 2022 or 2021. I'm going to say no because 55% are opposed. Still passed anyway. A bill supporting medical care for general public. Ooh, interesting. This is like Obamacare now. So Pirate Game Voice is literally all these bills so far are mostly opposed in terms of the public opinion. Peter says, I thought it was going to be shooting pigs in a barrel like fish in a barrel. Not quite. Bill supporting medical care for general public. White House opposes this bill. This must be like Republican in the White House. Latest public opinion bill. Most people didn't even vote in this poll. Labor lobby strongly supporting this bill. Management lobby is opposed. You can basically guess what they're going to say. I'm going to abstain. I'm just going on the vote on the. It's probably like Stu was absent for like 20 votes in Congress last year. Stu doesn't take his job seriously. Vote for Bob instead of Stu and kick Stu out. All right, so wow, the bill passed. That's crazy. A bill liberalizing labor rights and organizing. Did we have this before? The president wants you to vote for this one. 55% are opposed. Labor lobby is strongly supporting. Management lobby is strongly opposed. Conservative lobby is opposed. Liberals lobby is supporting. I'm going to say I support this. I mean, this is this thing that I don't know how I can say no to. So, even though most people are opposed, I'm going to vote yes anyway. I'm going to vote my conscience. And it passed. A bill establishing new national parks. Yeah, I thought it was the same as before. That's what I wasn't sure about. And it probably just, there's a limited number of things that they have. A bill establishing new national parks. I mean, that's possible, by the way. If a bill was introduced last year and it was defeated, they could introduce a new bill this year. It could be the same exact bill, or it could be they could change it or something. So that's definitely possible. All right. Who's against to establishing new national parks? Why would conservatives lobby be against establishing parks? I guess it's just cost money. But, I mean, who cares? The White House opposes this bill. I'm going to say absent. All right, now I get to decide advertising. My campaign fund is $26,213. I'm sure it's going to happen now. I already know I'm not going to get reelected, by the way. It's just, in real life, I probably wouldn't get reelected. I probably wouldn't get elected. All right, television spots, price per minute, soap opera, $500, evening news, $1,000, primetime, $2,000, radio spots, top 40 hits, all news, daily newspapers, other media, mill workers newsletter, billboards, handbills. I can use some help here from the chat in terms of what I should be spending money on here because, I mean, like, I'd rather advertise during sports than any of these options. I guess prime time, but like, even theoretically, like if you advertise, you gotta like find like where the masses are gonna be at. So like top 40 hits maybe, but like if like you're listening to top 40 hits, and then so it's like vote for Stu's blah blah blah. Like who cares? I'm trying to hear like pop music. I don't should Stu right now. Go screw yourself, Stu. No social media. This game came out in 1978, Peter, as you well know. So there's not gonna be social media. That's pretty funny though. Daily Scandal, Morning Journal. Who reads? I mean, like, who's gonna read that crap? The billboards and the handbills are probably. I mean, that's like sort of the obvious ones. But I probably have to like. All right, let's do soap opera. I don't know. How much do you want to spend on advertising the TV show Passion for Adultery? 0. Is that the only option for soap operas? Yeah, it is. Evening news. Wait a second. Prime time. How much you want to spend on advertising the TV show Mayhem in Bedlam? I don't know, $5,000. That gives me only 2.5 minutes, not a lot, but let's get a lot of handbills. That's like we're gonna carpet this place with handbills. And we want lots of billboards too. At least a few billboards. $5,000 in billboards. Alright, and then let's put something in the Mill Workers newsletter. The Militant Mill Worker. I support your labor stuff. It's like freaking like support me too. Let's put something in the Daily Scandal. Let's put something in the Morning Journal. Let's do some radio spots. Radio KRAP. Radio crap, I don't know. And all news. Let's do the evening news. I'll spend the rest of it. I'll blow the rest of it on the evening news. That's enough. I'll save $13 for my dinner, after I lose the election. All right, let's go. I won! Holy cow! Not by much. Wow, what a close election. Let's see what happened here. The professionals voted for me. The technical voted for me. The white collar voted for me. The defense didn't like that I didn't get their spending. Industry voted for me. Service voted for me. Farmers did not. Retired did not. Unemployed did. And welfare did not. I was too hard on welfare, I guess. Because I didn't vote for that bill, the liberalizing welfare or whatever. But I still actually was reelected. Holy cow. Now it's 1980. I wonder how far this goes. Does this go away like 2022? Alright, Department of Agriculture. Let's do this again. You know what? Let's see what happens if Hey, Quilted Northern, how's it going? Well, I joined just in time for Stuart to pull out my speakers. Sorry about that, Quilted Northern. You joined us in time for me to get reelected into the U.S. Congress. Can I be like? I'm gonna be a big spender here. Like I'm like like they asked for $55 billion. I can give like $60 billion, can't I? Yeah, why not? Department of Defense. You still get their budget still is not increased. I want to recount, says Ben. What do you want to recount? It probably does go until you lose. But like if the topics start repeating, Peter, that'll be the end of it. This seems as corrupt. That's right, I'm corrupt. That's what I should have put in the ads. But like, vote for Stu. I take bribes. You need anything? Just give me a bribe and I'll work for you. That's Stu. That's integrity and bribery that you can count on. Vote for Stu. The following opinion does not necessarily reflect the opinion of Stu. Quilted Northern says, why you're famous now? Can I have your autograph? Absolutely, Quilted Northern. You can definitely come see me and you can have my autograph. Alright, so let's just say... I'll increase their budget a little bit. I feel bad that they haven't increased their budget in 3 years. Health, education, and welfare. Yeah, we should give them some money. I'm flush with cash now because I just... Department of Public Works, let's give them $70 billion. A bill establishing new national parks. So this was defeated last time, I think, right? My man. This is always asleep. A bill establishing new national parks. Okay, who's labor lobby supporting? Retired person lobby supporting? Environmental lobby supporting? This time we're going to support it because it's like. Very much everyone's in favor of it. And the bill passes. Jim says, Happy New Year, guys. Have a jet. Thanks for being here, Jim. We appreciate you. And Happy New Year to you, too, as well. House Bill 2, bill to develop a new military weapon. Ooh, that's interesting. A bill to develop a military weapon? I think the military just develops their weapons. They don't even have a ability pass to do that. Labor lobby strongly supporting. Management lobby is very strongly supporting. Veterans lobby is strongly supporting. Conservatives lobby is very strongly supporting. Liberals lobby is very strongly opposed. And the president wants me to vote for it. I'm going to vote for this one because everyone's so like almost everyone really wants it, it sounds like. The bill is defeated. Uh-oh. A bill promoting trade through low tariffs. The president wants me to vote for this one. 58% oppose the bill. Labor lobby is opposed. Management lobby is strongly supporting. Conservative lobby is very strongly supporting. Liberal lobby is opposed. Farmers lobby is strongly supporting. Welfare. I don't know why people would be supporting this. I don't know why people would be opposed to this. Rather, like why are conservative lobbies? The conservative lobbies would not be against low tariffs. That doesn't make sense to me. Regardless, I'm going to vote for this one because I don't see why not. I'll probably get. See, this is why I get defeated though in like an election because not everybody sees the same way I do. A bill placing strict controls on welfare recipients. All right, I have to vote no on this one because all the welfare people will kill me. The Welfare Alliance lobby is very strongly opposed. I'm going to say no. Oh, wait. I can ask it. No. But it passed anyway. A bill restricting government funds for abortion. What does that even mean? A bill restricting government funds for abortion. Does that mean that you have less funding for abortion? Or you can only use it for certain types? I mean, I don't know what that means. The White House opposes this bill. 50% oppose it. Management lobby is opposed. Conservative lobby is strongly supporting. Liberal lobby is strongly opposed. Government lobby is opposed. I don't know what this means. I'm going to abstain in this one because I really just don't even know. Bill is defeated. All right. Now it's 1981, so I guess my term is 2 years. My vote is for President Stu. Viva la revolution! Thank you, Gamers Grotto. Department of Agriculture. Let's give him some more money. Department of Defense. 210. I get 220 last time, didn't I? Oh, that's what I voted for. It doesn't mean that's what they got. Because I guess that's different. That's interesting. Okay. I'll vote for 220. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. See, I like the health and education part. The welfare, not that much, but let's give it 400 this time. Department of Public Works, 70. A bill restricting government funds for abortion. So what wasn't this passed last time? No, it was defeated. It was defeated, so they're putting it in again. I'm gonna be consistent and just be absent again. Again, it was defeated. A bill offering medical care to the poor. 52% opposed the bill. Labor lobby is strongly supporting. Retired lobby is strongly supporting. Sure lobby is strongly opposed. Why 52% oppose it? I mean, I have to support this bill, otherwise Quilted Northern's never going to speak to me again. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Why should we offer medical care to the poor? And it passed too. Bill placing strict controls on strip mining. It's interesting. The topics are the same. Like the topics in 1978 are like the same topics today. I find that very interesting. The White House opposed this bill. Labor lobby is opposed. Management lobby is opposed. The Environmental lobby is very strongly supporting. Conservative lobby is strongly opposed. So, I'm opposed to this one myself. But it looks like people are undecided. I'm going to say no. And the bill's defeated. A bill liberalizing the right to welfare benefits. I don't know what this even means. See, this is the thing also. It's like the difference between what you would do in real life if you want to, like, act your conscience versus what you do if you just want to get reelected, which is, again, what the game asserts that the politicians actually just want is to get reelected, and which in real life, probably 99% of them, that's all they want is to get reelected. So they don't necessarily vote what they want to vote for. They vote what they think will get them reelected. Always Sleep says that I have to increase funding for personal jetpack research or I'll lose your vote. Well, Always Sleep, I'm happy to do that. You can send you a bribe to the normal channels. Once I've received and processed the bribe and also taken, of course, the processing fee and the handling fee, then I'd be happy to divert, a good chunk of money towards jetpack research for personal use. Obviously happy to do that. Just the bribe has to be sufficient, of course. All right, so liberalizing the right to welfare benefits. I'm going to support it this time. Should I support it? I don't know. Management lobbies opposed. Veterans lobbies opposed. Conservative lobbies very strongly opposed. I'll abstain. It passed, okay. A bill increasing pay for government employees. Another one of those. I'm going to have to... Well... A lot of people support it. I'm going to say no. Bill's defeated. Alright, now I have to advertise again. How come I have less money in my campaign fund than I had last time? That's not fair. Is it random? I don't know. Alright, well, let's try the same strategy. $5,000 on Mayhem and Bedlam. I didn't spend any money on the soap opera. Let me spend a little money this time on the soap opera. I'll put some money on the news. Radio, spend 1,000 here, spend 1,000 there. Newspapers, spend 1,000. Morning Journal will spend 1,000. Mill Workers Newsletter will spend 500. Billboards, we want $5,000. And handbills, $1,469. Ben says we'll give more money for nukes. Little do they know Russia has hypersonic nukes now, so Putin doesn't get mad or Bob. Is that true? That's scary. All right. Ready? Here we go. I'm probably going to be defeated this time. But we'll see. It's the same guy, Lee Hansen. Wow, I kicked his ass this time. Is it random or what? White-collar workers overwhelmingly for Stu. Again, professions and technical for Stu. Defense still doesn't like me. Industry likes me. Service likes me. Farmers again voted for this guy. This time, retired, unemployed voted for me, and welfare voted for him. So the winner is Stu. I'm reelected again. All right, now I can keep on bilking the public and running my bribery scheme and my kickbacks and my other corruption and graft. This is awesome. It took me like a couple of years to figure out like how this stuff works and to be able to actually set up the proper mechanisms for corruption. But now that I'm in the office for 4 years, things are pretty good. The only thing is I'm not going to keep playing this forever because if it's the same topics, I'll do the budget hearings, and then after that we'll see what I want to do after that. Give them $66 million. Department of Defense. I'll do 20. Health, education, and welfare. 400. Let's get 420. Department of Public Works, 75. We need to see that basic listing. I will show you the basic listing as before we end the stream. A bill placing strict controls on labor unions. Who favors this bill? Again, I don't understand the concept, and again, this is kind of a politics stream rather than a TRS-80 stream, but I personally don't understand the concept of why people think people should be able to organize. I just don't get that. If you're management and you don't like unions, I understand that, but fundamentally, why should people be able to organize? I just don't understand that. Ben says, yeah, for real, they're badasses. Pizzas and turns in the ashtray in 20 minutes. Did he actually say that? That's pretty scary. All right, I'm going to oppose this bill. even though most people seem to favor it. A lot of people are undecided, so maybe they'll come with me here. No. We passed anyway. A bill placing high tariffs on manufactured goods. Labor lobby strongly supporting this? Why? Farmers lobby strongly opposed, of course. I have to say no to this also. And it passed again. A bill placing control on handguns. Oh, this is a new one. I'm going to just abstain on this. The bill's defeated. A bill providing low-rent housing for poor and elderly. I support that. Yes. Defeated again. A bill promoting trade through low tariffs. Yes. The bill passes, for they actually passed. Okay, well, the unemployment rate went down a little bit. It's finally below 8%. Alright, let's see this one here. Department of Agriculture. Department of Defense. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare. Department of Public Works. I'm just curious if folks who are watching this, who are still here, what do you think of the choices I'm making? Would you make different choices? And if you would make different choices, would that be based on your own personal conscience, or would it be based on the numbers that are showing up on the screen here? I'm really curious if anyone wants to share, either in the chat or, if you're actually watching this after the fact, leave a comment. A bill increasing Social Security benefits. Retired Persons Lobby is very strongly supporting this bill. Right now, Social Security benefits are basically completely bupkis. I'm going to say yes. And it passed. A bill eliminating foreign aid to non-democratic nations. So like if it's so saying like if there's a tsunami and like I don't know, in Korea or something, like we shouldn't send them aid because they're not democratic, or in China. I don't like that at all, but I'm going to abstain because I don't know what to do from a game perspective. The bill is defeated. A bill restricting government funds for abortion. Again, I'm going to abstain on this one. Defeated. All right, I think you get the idea here. I think this is almost. I think we're starting to repeat topics here. I think we had this one a few times already, and I keep saying I'm opposed to it. A bill supporting, yeah. So you get the idea of the game. I think I'm going to stop here. It's been a little over an hour for this stream. I think this is an interesting game. I mean, like it's a simulation. It's it's somewhat complex. Let's look at the listing here. Pirate Gamer wanted to see it. Here's the basic listing of the game. Alright, so it's in a runoff election. It's possible to have a runoff election, theoretically. Well, I guess these are options of who your opponent could be. Lee Hansen was my opponent. Lance Miklas is another prolific TRS-80 author. He wrote like the Dog Star Adventure, and he also wrote Star Trek 3.5. And he was one of the editors of Softside, I believe. So that's interesting that his name is in there. Passion for Adultery. Yeah. So anyway, it's fairly long listing, not super long, but Pirate Gamer says, I'll be writing that all down. That's funny. I mean, the bottom line is, in 1978, when there was the first games for computers basically came out in 1978. The first games for personal computers, like the TRS-80. The TRS-80s came out in 77. There was not really any games available in 77. 78 was the first year there was some games available. This is one of the first ones, and it's pretty complex for this. Clinton Roy says, I always vote with my conscience and I have a very short political career. You might not, because, like, if you can convince people that your conscience is correct, like if you have charisma, like I'm just voting. This is a numbers game in the computer, but in real life, if you have charisma and you can actually convince people that you have convictions and you're standing by them, there's a reason for that. People can respect you for that. Stranger things have happened. Parking was with pencil and paper. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But anyway, my point is, I was trying to say is that like this is the first year really there were games available for personal computers, and this is pretty complicated. Most of the games seem just a little shooting, whatever, and this is a pretty complex simulation. So always I thought it was pretty cool, and I agree. I think it's pretty cool also. There's probably a limited time how much of time you can play it, but it's definitely fairly intelligent, fairly complex. Ben says, well, Carter is in office then, so either way, I think you're more intelligent than him. So we see where Ben's political leanings are, which is pretty funny. Writing the entire listing down with pencil and paper. That's funny. You gotta I hope you will write it in the time that it flashed by on the screen. So as usual, we compare the professional game to the non-professional, I guess. And in this case, we had two games really on the CLOAD. Midway, which is the shooting top and bottom, and the Stars game, which is actually pretty good. But I still think this was probably the better game, the better title, because it's just more intelligent, more complex, more to my liking. And this game, again, it was 1978, whereas the CLOAD we're now up to January 1980. So, anyway, I'm going to stop here, but I would encourage everybody, first of all, before I stop, Happy New Year, everybody. Lots of love to the people in the chat, and to my regulars, and all the special guests and everything else, but always asleep, Pirate Gamer Boy, Ben, Quilted Northern, Peter, Jim, who else was here today? Gamers Grotto, of course, Matt, a lot of other people were here. Be Ready, Whale Driver. I'm just looking through the list of who was here. A lot of awesome people. I really appreciate all of you. Appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate you being part of these streams. Hope you continue to do that. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please make sure you do that if you're interested in this type of thing. We have lots of fun on these streams. At least I do, and I think other people do also. Pirate Gamer Boy says New Year's Eve in 1 minute. That's true on the East Coast. It's 11:59 p.m., so it's almost New Year's Eve. In 24 hours and 1 minute, the ball will be dropping in Times Square in New York City. But yeah, looking forward to. I'm not going to stream tomorrow night. Probably nobody will watch if I did. I will be back on Saturday night. I will be finishing up. 4:28 should be a scramble, and then coming back probably on Sunday with something completely different. But looking forward to see you guys in 2022. Like I said, the channel subscription base basically doubled in this past year. Hopefully, it doubles again in the coming year or more. So. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and continue to be yourselves. Love retro, love games, love TRS-80. Spread the good stuff around, guys, and enjoy it. That's what we got to do. And bam, says Pirate Gear Boy 12. It's now midnight, and it's New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Hope you're all off from work and everything. And I keep talking probably for a lot longer, but I'll let you folks all go. It's awesome hanging out with everybody. So look forward to seeing you guys again soon, and it'll be 2022 when we talk again next time. So happy New Year, everybody! Boop, boop. And we can sing a little bit if you want. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and never auld lang syne? I know what the song means. To auld lang syne, my dear, to auld lang syne, should old acquaintance be forgot and never auld lang syne. All right, that's enough, everybody. Peace out. Happy New Year.